Mistakes are a part of learning. In a quiet town nestled between two green hills lived a curious 12-year-old boy named Arjun. He was the kind of child who always asked, why and what if? Questions that sometimes delighted his teachers and sometimes left them exasperated. Arjun had an insatiable hunger to understand the world, but he also had a habit of jumping in without thinking things through. More than once, that got him into trouble. One rainy afternoon, as the sky rumbled and thunder rolled over the hills, Arjun sat at his desk, trying to build a small wind-powered car. It was for the annual science fair, and he was determined to impress everyone, especially his father, who was an engineer. Arjun had spent weeks designing the car, reading up on gears, axles, and wind turbines. But every time he tested it, something went wrong. The wheels came off. The blades spun too fast. Once, the entire car launched off the table and crashed into the wall. His father would peek in now and then, offering advice, but Arjun always brushed it off. I want to do it myself, he insisted. But the mistakes kept piling up. On the evening before the science fair, his car still didn't work. Frustrated, he threw the half-finished project across the room. I'm useless, he shouted, tears welling up in his eyes. His father walked in quietly and picked up the car. What's this? He asked. My 100th failure, Arjun muttered. His father smiled gently. Do you know how many mistakes I made on my first real project? Probably more than 100. Every mistake brought me closer to understanding what I needed to fix. Arjun sniffled. But what if I don't have enough time to get it right? His father knelt beside him. Maybe it won't be perfect, but learning isn't about perfection. It's about progress. And the best lessons come from getting it wrong first. That night, Arjun stayed up late, but this time with a new attitude. He didn't curse the broken parts or throw anything across the room. Instead, he wrote down every mistake he had made. He realized most of them had something in common. He was trying to rush through steps he didn't fully understand. He slowed down. He tested each part individually. He read over his notes, and he listened, really listened, when his father offered help. By sunrise, the car wasn't perfect. The body was a little crooked, and the paint was smudged from his tired hands. But when Arjun placed it under a fan, the blades spun and the wheels turned. It worked. At the science fair, Arjun didn't win first place. That went to a girl who had built a solar-powered irrigation system. But when the judges asked Arjun to explain his process, he smiled and said, I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned something from every one of them. The audience clapped, and one of the judges, a local inventor, walked up to him afterward. I liked your honesty, she said. It's rare to see someone your age who understands that failure is part of the process. Keep learning from your mistakes, and you'll go far. Years later, Arjun would look back on that day, not as the time he lost a science competition, but as the day he truly understood what learning meant. Not a straight path, not a perfect journey, but a series of bumps, twists, and mistakes that made the destination worth reaching. Moral of the story: true learning doesn't come from getting everything right. It comes from daring to try, being willing to fail, and choosing to learn from your mistakes.